The Streets of Rage series is a lot older than people think. I think it's been around for at least 30 years because the first game came out either in 1990 or 1991. And the most popular game in the entire series came out in 92, which was Streets of Rage 2, an all time classic. And it was one of the best video games that Sega has ever produced outside of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. And, like, Streets of Rage 2 was a classic. Streets of Rage 3 had good gameplay, but it was too hard and it was almost impossible for people to beat the American version of the game. And the series just went on this very long hiatus after, I believe, 94. It went on this long hiatus. We didn't get another Streets of Rage game until 2020, where the world actually felt like, or at least America, like society felt like Streets of Rage with, all the clashes and protests and stuff with the police and all that. But Streets of Rage 4 was surprisingly a great game. And I do feel that it was the game done right by .emu and Lizard Cube. It was basically they basically took elements of the older Streets of Rage games like 2 and 3 and what have you, and they basically put like modernized graphics, and they had a unique art style. We got new characters, and they brought back the old characters of Adam Hunter and Axel Stone and Blaze Fielding, and they added a new character like Cherry Hunter, and I believe the Floyd guy they added, and Streets of Rage 4 was a good game. The cutscenes, the gameplay, the ability to, I guess, like switch between old school and just modernized music. Just about like all four Streets of Rage games were pretty good. And the thing is, I do feel that the Streets of Rage series deserved at least one like television series or one movie. Actually, there was a Streets of Rage movie back in '94, but it was horrible and had nothing to do with the series. And yeah, I think the series itself, like Streets of Rage 4, like it deserves like a television series. I don't think Sega would invest in a movie because the Streets of Rage series, as popular as the latest game was, it never really appealed to casuals on a international level for the most part, and like the people who really know about Streets of Rage are the old school fans who grew up on Sega, and you also have like modernized gamers who are willing to try something new and what have you. But I do feel that Streets of Rage 4 was largely successful due to nostalgia and the improvements made in this game in comparison to the Streets of Rage 3 game from '94. And I do feel that a television series of Streets of Rage would be intriguing. Having the main characters of Axel and Blaze Fielding, and then you got the main villain, Mr. X, and all that stuff. I do feel that it would be intriguing, and because like you're seeing like a lot of like television series on like Netflix nowadays in relation to video games. Like we see Tekken, you got Castlevania, and I believe like Halo had like some type of like television series or something like that, and I'm not entirely sure about it because I never really like saw it or anything. But I do know that I guess like a television series on Streets of Rage on Netflix, that would be something that would turn heads. I'm not exactly sure if it would appeal to casuals because the game or the series itself does not appeal to casuals, but I do feel that the Streets of Rage series is iconic enough to definitely have its own television, especially considering the fact that it's legendary. It's a legendary beat 'em up, and it's probably one of the few beat 'em ups from like the '90s that actually like stood the test of time as far as a video game like franchise is concerned. And I doubt Sega is ever going to like make any plans to either bring Streets of Rage to like the big screen or to like fund a like a television show for Streets of Rage or what have you. But I do feel that the series deserved something, but I don't know. Prior to 2020, the series had been dead for so long that a lot of people just lost interest in it as a whole, and a lot of people feel that the Streets of Rage series is better suited for, I guess, gaming than it is for television or for movies, for that matter.